go. Let's say hello. And he played at the 4-3 point. Played a 4-4 point. Colombia. Let's see. Let's turn on the coordinates and look at the game info. I think this will be, yeah, it's a reverse Comey game because he's at 13K plus and I'm at 12K plus, so I have to overcome the Comey. Let's see, we have a cross Hoshi game. Opposite corners. So I'll take the two corners, and then whichever corner he doesn't protect, I will approach. He didn't protect either, so I could approach either one. I think it's bigger to approach the 3-4 point than to defend the 4-4 point, so hard to say which one is better. I suppose it depends on what Joseki he wants to play out here. If I can get some kind of wall along here pointing towards my stone, that would be nice. And again, with the same theory, it's better to approach the 3-4 than to defend the 4-4. Okay, so he drives me in this direction. So I can build a wall here, but it doesn't point anywhere, although it does keeps him low, which is good. Let's do that. I guess I was waiting for him to play a second move in any corner, and he finally played the second move here, rather than following up on his approaches. And he did a pincer rather than a defense. Interesting. So I guess he's not much into building. That's my impression so far. It's pretty normal to defend here with E17. Just extend. Extend once, I extend, jumps, then I pincer his stone. Pincer the pincering stone. And I was trying to work out what kind of relationship would be good with the corner here, but he hasn't really settled things in the corner here, so I don't know how that will turn out. I suppose I could try and force the corner and then come back and pincer here. I kick, connect, here, here, and then here. Say like I kick, he extends. I just do a 1 space, which is normal. He does a 3 space. Back off here to get a base, and then I'll be ready to play a pincer here. The good relationship to the stones here. I do hope he's going to move, though. It's 10 minutes is a long time to wait. If your opponent wants to take time, they can take a lot of time on PandaNet. Or maybe he has a network problem too. I don't know. Just have to wait and see. I kind of run out of ideas here. Ideas of things to talk about. It's, this style of play is very confusing. That's the AIs play this way where they jump around the board. You have to kind of keep in mind that you're playing Josekis in all 4 corners, and none of them have been completed. So maybe he's trying to find a way to ignore this move and play elsewhere. But at some point, you've got to start responding locally, or you will just lose your corner. I guess the idea would be if you had a big enough move somewhere else. But the best you could do would be a double approach here at the jump into the corner in terms of being able to take a corner. And that wouldn't give you the corner on a big scale that if you jump in. And the double approach is not considered so dangerous these days either. Okay, he extended. I will extend. Maybe he was going to look up the Joseki in his book. One space jump is normal. If he does that, I will extend once more. He plays there. Do I care if he cuts here? Yeah, if he cuts and I block, then he can take this stone, and then there'll be no point in pincering this stone. So let's push back. See if he wants to fix his problem here. Fix a cutting point in the corner, I mean. I don't know if it's a big problem. He decides to do something. Okay, so what does this cut do now? He cuts Ayatari. And then, yeah, it's just dead. Even if I don't have the ladder, which I may not because of the stone here, but I can always catch it in a net here. So he could extend, just directly extend, and then I can connect, and then he's connected to this side. Let's start with the kick here. So if I can get a stone here, it's a little bit too far. So one space, and then a large knight's move to here. It's not quite a pincer on this stone. He went down. That's a bit weird. I'm going to follow just once. Yeah, maybe that loses Sente, but I'm threatening the Hane on top. Okay, I'm going to do a normal Joseki here when he kicks me. So while this playing around, you shouldn't use it as an excuse to leave your stones in a bad state. So hopefully everywhere that I am, I'm in a decent state here. He approached and I ignored it, and he went into the corner here. It's kind of small. So what can I do to take advantage of that? I could follow up here on this corner. Okay, he decided to fix there. I was going to say, if he ignores that, that's pretty severe. So the Hane here, he cuts. The ladder goes to my stones, right? So it'll be coming in here to the star point. Kaboom. Yep. So I can Hane here. Extend once. Actually, if he keeps pushing, I'll extend multiple times. Get myself a wall. And when he finally plays away, then I'll take the big extension here, or the extension here, or the Hane on top, or I'll come back to this corner. Depends on where he plays too. So he's got this corner, he's got this corner. Two for two. I'll extend again. Like I said, I can keep extending as long as he wants to. Yeah, so he comes back in place here. Then I'm going to block here. I think I'll try and get something on this side. He's got three corners. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to try and keep this one. And he's going to try and take that one away too. Okay, let's see if he's got an idea here that works. I Hane here. Okay, he does that. If I play here, it goes on this side. I pull back. Let's see, what kind of shape does he have here? If he extends this line all the way down, this is a 5-point dead shape. So he needs to come out this way. So I could poke once here. If I go here and he comes in between, I can Atari that stone too. Yeah, probably this is even better. Okay, I go here, he's down to 2 liberties. And I have 1, 2, 3 there, and 3 on that one. So let's just capture those stones. So Atari, connect, and Hane, and he's still got 2 liberties. And my stones all have enough, I guess. Just looking at these, they just have, these individual stones just have 2 liberties, but I don't see any way for him to attack them. Okay, so he just wants to keep these cutting stones alive. Since I can take here, I can treat this as some kind of strength, right? But here, let's take the big point on this side. Seems like I should make use of these walls that I've started to build, this short one and this long one. Let's protect that cut. Didn't want to have to keep worrying about this ladder here, and he might already have it covered with these stones. And there's also this clamp. So let's poke in here, build up the wall on this side a little bit, and reduce what he's doing on this side a bit. Oh, that's nice. Let's build up some more. And okay, I have a turn here. I think it's time to do the pincer. So I never did the jump out from over here. So if I put a stone like here, and he goes here, the problem is that I have to come back and take these, because he can extend and threaten to take these stones. So even that cut is no good. Yeah, it's awkward actually to take advantage of these. Okay, so if I go with the close pincer, and if he goes with the cut, let's see, if I Hane and he cuts and I turn, he extends. I've got enough liberties over here to kill these still, but he's got more stones inside my territory. Gosh, it's almost like I need to come back and kill these first. Yeah, let's start with a pincer on this stone and then kind of work my way back to this corner. Block there. Yeah, let's protect the cut now so that the cut is not an Atari. So I can extend. Give him that stone and connect. I extend, he takes, I block. He cuts. These are just two stones here. When I cuts and I Atari, he Ataris me back. Okay, I'll connect like this. Okay, let's Hane on top. Hane at the head of two stones. Let's double Hane so I can hopefully connect up over here. So I may have to sacrifice something over here if he cuts. Yeah, I'm going to connect this way. Keep these. If he takes these, I guess he can have them at the moment. Where does this ladder go? Atari, extend, Atari, turn, Atari, extend. So he goes here, 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 here. Yeah, he goes to my stones or to the wall. So that's good. I get to keep these. That is not a ladder breaker, right? Although maybe he's going to turn it into one. Bong, 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 bong. Yeah, it's not close to being a ladder breaker. So if I play here and he cuts, and I play here, and those stones have nowhere to run, or I could even squeeze right away, connect and then cut. Yeah. So I can play here or here. Let's play on this side. I'm not sure. But I was thinking if he runs out this way, then it may turn into a ladder breaker at some point. Of course, I can just take that stone when I am worried. Okay, so he's going to try and live inside my territory here. I'm going to protect that cut. Okay, so I want to honey on this side, drive the stone this way. You may crosscut. Try and capture these. Okay, I can peep here. Extend here. Cut here. What's best? Or honey here. Extend, connect. Peep, connect, extend, connect, cut. How about if I cut first? What's his reaction? Athari, extend. Yeah, I did the Atari. Okay, I'll extend. So he's given up these stones in order to get this line over here. So let's take them. That'll strengthen this group. And then let's split here. Okay, he connects. So he's still trying to save these stones. If I extend up, okay, he just runs out. So I can take there any time. So these guys are safe. You know what I should do is I should build on this side. So I have two walls facing each other. And how about instead of that, I do an extension over here. Start with a turn. I do have to make sure this group is alive somehow. He has to live with this group, but it can just keep running out. I can't really kill it. I just need to find a way to profit from chasing it, I guess. Yeah, it's still, the ladder is still coming into my territory here. So yeah, if he wants to run this way for a little bit, I'll let that go. Okay, this is last time I'm responding up here. Next time I'm playing down here. So let's see. Yeah, he does that. What's the right spot? Maybe here on the third line. Yeah, I want to connect solid here. Keep in mind my liberties 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2. Always have to stay one up on the liberty count. Okay, what's he doing here? Okay, so anyway, this group was alive. And okay, now let's take this stone. So this is all connected over here. Next I'll try and catch this guy, I think. Maybe he was trying to sneak one in on me. Sneak a ladder breaker in. I mean, he got a free move out of it, so. But yeah, it was important to me to stay connected over here. And he's got, you know, some walls looking at this area in the middle, but I have walls looking at that area too, so I don't believe he'll be able to build much here. Maybe he has enough on the sides and corners, though, to make up for what I have in just one corner and some sides. Yeah, so I'm thinking I want to surround this guy. So let's just do that. I can get this whole side here. Now the trick here is that he's got an Atari here. When the Atari's here, I have to respond. Well, when he Hane's there, I have to respond, because if I ignore it, then he Hane's again, and it's an Atari, and this is an Atari, and then these stones are dead, and these are alive again. So, cut, Hane, Atari. Yeah, this is both a Hane and Atari. I extend here. He captures my stone. I take these. Don't like the way that's looking. Let's take these so that I can cut here. And let's see if he responds to that. Yeah, I have to overcome the reverse Komi too. Let's not forget that. So I have to do what I can to turn his walls into useless. So I can take once, or I can just connect. Say I just connect. He can extend this way, I can block. He can turn here, I can block. I think I'm alive here anyway. Okay, so he came out there. So let's cut here like I wanted to. He can still do that, huh? Or can he? Let's extend once. And take. So these are alive, and these have 2 liberties. Ah, I can take those. Darn. Didn't want that. Yeah, so we got those stones in the middle of my group there. Very annoying. Okay, but I'm alive. Let's just jump out over here and try and build this area. Let's see how many captures. He's got 2 captures and I have 6. Yeah, let's extend first or Hane first. Hane? I don't think the crosscut really helps him. Then extend. Then extend again. Yeah, I'm going to build this area till this point. And maybe turn here so he doesn't get this whole side. Okay, the clamp is maybe an endgame move. The main point here is to come out on this side so he doesn't get this whole area. So this wall is not building territory for him. Aha, now he's getting feisty. Let's connect this way or this way. If I extend this way, he can maybe go in here. He can go in there. That's an Atari. I can always take these 2 stones as an emergency out. But if I just connect, he goes on this side. How about if I Atari? I Atari, he extends. Then I connect. Maybe I just keep following him down. Okay, what are endgame moves in this position? There's a move here, like at L18. These are alive. I could, can I poke at these? Honey here. Okay, but let's come back to this one. So he can turn in, but let's build a wall and keep this area. He can turn in here, take that 1 stone. Let's Atari this way. And then connect. So we got a reduction in, but I keep a wall along here. Why don't I play this move next? Keep him from getting much territory, as much territory on this side as he was threatening. And then connect up like this. Okay, so that is one that I can pretty safely ignore. Let's continue to just build out here. Right, if he cuts, I just take. Yeah, let's play on top once anyway. Okay, let's Atari this stone. And take this one. And then, yeah, we can keep over here. So he can do a peep here. There were a few weaknesses he could peek at, but I don't believe he can make a living shape here. Not enough room for him. Okay, so I like this squeeze over here. Not squeeze, this Atari. And then I'm just connecting. I was thinking maybe he might defend there. He doesn't have to, does he? But he did. Okay, so then I can connect up this stone, I guess. One, two, three, four, and they still have 2 ways to connect here. Well, he can't break the connection there, huh? So let's I can extend once more there. And I can honey here, or Atari. Okay, well, let's take a few of these Ataris. Maybe I can disconnect them over here. I decided to connect, okay. Let's see, didn't protect in here. Let's take that. And what here? Okay, I can Atari there. I guess he will fix. And I can come back to this side, finish this area. So his territory is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 there. 12 and 16 and 18, 20, 22. Let's just connect. 23, 24, 25 over here, 26. Here I can hide that stone, I guess. Playing very cautiously. Maybe you'll let me connect under here. No, not going to let me do that, huh? Okay, let's connect solidly. So what? I estimate around 30 points through here, and then he's got this corner 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, something like that over here. 24. So 60 points with Comey. Do I have 60 points? I have a surplus of 5 stones that I've captured over him. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 maybe. 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62. Yeah, so I think I'm a little bit ahead. Not a huge blowout, but a little something. So, okay, so he's finishing the borders here and there. I can play here. Can Atari this stone here. I'm alive even if he pushes in, so that's 1 point there. Just extending down there, he's got a block on both sides, so that's probably worth a few points. Extending down over here, or even the honey, something he has to respond to because of the cut. I don't think I counted those 2 stones that I captured. Okay, how about if I cut here? He takes. I take. Yeah, I guess I need to connect because of the weakness with those stones. And he fixes. Okay. So there's an Atari there. And just the descent over here. It's got a block. Can descend over here. Maybe I could have Atari'd in some of these cases, but if I don't have to, I don't want to take too much risk. So there's a cut here and a cut here. So if he cuts here, I'll Atari this way, he extends, and then I take. If he cuts here, I'll Atari this way, he extends, and I take. See, can I actually get a point here, or am I forced to fix that? I think I'm forced to fix that. This is a false eye here. I can finish down here. That's what I should do. He can take the ko at any time. Let's see. Okay, blocks there. Okay, I will connect. Well, I hope I don't make any endgame blunders here. Okay, so yeah, I was about to fix there, but he gets that push in. I have 2 eyes, 3 eyes, 4 eyes. It should be alive. This it's the only one that might be short of eyes. It's 2 disconnected groups. No outside liberties. But he's only got 1 stone in here. Okay, can he do something with that cut here? Why don't I just take that? Yeah, if he wanted to try something there, he should have just gone in there with a solid extension. Okay, I can connect this ko or this ko. I think I'll connect this one. Could also take that ko. I got 3 ko's going on. Anyway, what I was saying about endgames is I hope I don't make a single endgame, 1-point endgame mistake and have it turn around here. Just Atari from this side, he extends. Atari there, and he has nowhere to run. Try and make solid shapes. This is how the game could turn around if he somehow kills something over here significant. So I may have played some redundant moves inside here, like this hanging connection here on top of his stone at R12, but it makes me feel better about this area now. Okay, so he took that ko. Let's block. Let's fill in this ko then. Yeah, so he's going to force me to connect over there. I'll go ahead and do it. I mean, that's a dame point, so it doesn't really matter if he plays it or not. And I think we're done. Unless he wants to play more stones inside my territory. I don't know if this one was necessary. I didn't calculate the cuts in here, but I don't think they work. Cut here, Atari, cut here, Atari. I extend, he takes, I extend, again, Atari. Maybe this is in danger over here. Okay, yeah, looks like he's going to be troublesome. Let's see if he can find something. If I take this stone, that just gives me 2 eyes automatically, right? Oh no, is this a false eye? I go here, he extends, I block, and I still have 2 liberties. And this side has 2 liberties, so I think I'm just barely okay here. This side has 3 liberties, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 down here. If he extends and I block, it'll have that liberty. And this side will have this liberty and this liberty. Or he can let me connect across, or he can pass. And let's see what the score is. Okay, so that's a dame point. These are dead. Let's make sure we get that. This is dead. These are dead. And unset Dame at R8. Okay, R8. Where was R8? Okay, so yeah, just one Dame point. And then let's say done. Okay, your opponent has lost connection to the server and needs to restart the game within 1 minute. Unfortunately, it doesn't show me what the score is. If he doesn't reconnect, I'll take a look at it with Katago and let you guys know what the score was and also any interesting evaluations I found. PandaNet has got the archive, the game archive working again, so it'll be easy for me to download the game and check it out. So I was able to download the game from PandaNet with no problem and check it out with Sabaki and Katago. Here's the evaluation graph that Katago gave to the game. You'll see I start out losing because Black had 6.5 points of reverse Komi, so he had the move and he had 6.5 points. But I gradually get back into the game and we go back and forth through this middle section. I make some mistakes in here. And then he makes some mistakes, and in the end I was winning by about 16.5 points according to the score estimator here, and I think that's about right. It was a little more than what I thought. I thought it was closer than that, but at least I got, when I did my counting, at least I got the general sense of it right. So anyway, I thought I'd just go through it kind of quickly, cover some of the highlights, but I wanted to start out by going through the opening in a little more detail. I made some notes as I was going along because I think it shows some opening principles. And so he started with a 3-4, I started with a 4-4, and then he played another 3-4. So this forced the game into a cross Hoshi game where I have diagonal star points here. Well, I don't have to take the star points, but in any case, we have openings where the corners that we have to start with at least are not adjacent to each other. They're diagonally opposite each other, which tends to lead to a more fragmented board. And one theory is that if you have Komi, then you should go for that because the Komi will be more important. If there's lots of small groups, your Komi will be more significant. But I think that's a pretty small effect. I think you should really just play the game you like. And the AI had no opinion one way or the other. So I just played the other corner, and now it's Black's turn, and Black approached. So that's a mistake. The priority should be in a situation where there's both balanced corners and unbalanced corners. If you have a stone on the 4-4 or the 3-3 point, that's balanced because it can't be approached. Well, it can be approached from either direction, but it doesn't matter which direction. It's the same in both directions. Whereas these unbalanced corners, they have a preferred direction. You want to approach here and push it down. You want to approach from this side and push it up, well, down against the walls here. And so as Black, it's Black's turn to move here. His biggest move is not to approach my stone, but to enclose one of his corners because he has the unbalanced corner. And, you know, he could enclose here or here. It didn't really matter where it was enclosed so much as just active enclosing it was better than approaching a balanced corner. So that's something to keep in mind. You should just put a higher priority on that. And also on this move, it's my turn. I could respond to his approach, but you know, this is a balanced corner. He would have to approach it again before it starts to really pressure me. Whereas he has a unbalanced corner, and I can play here and put pressure on it immediately. And so that has priority. Approaching an unbalanced corner has priority to responding to an approach to an unbalanced corner. So just in general, remember that these unbalanced corners have higher priority. And here he should respond. I suppose Black could also enclose this corner because that still has probably pretty high priority. But the top moves given here were these two. And playing either here or here prevents me from pushing down on the corner. So that's why those are good moves here. Let's continue. Black, once again, yeah, he approached my corner instead of responding to my approach, which is what he should have done. And then I approached his last unbalanced corner. Actually, right here, the AI had a slight preference to continuing, for me to continue in the lower right here. It wants me to just push down here rather than approach a new corner. It just wants me to continue to play out this Joseki against the unbalanced corner. But approaching the other unbalanced corner was a close second. Either way, it's still true that the unbalanced corners have priority. And then finally, he did respond. This is not the preferred approach because the AI actually prefers defending, playing at one of these 2 points as we saw in the other corner, but at least he's responding. And so I continue. This was all played correctly, it seems, or close enough. Like I said, it's usually 1-2 and jump, but this was maybe a bit of a mistake here. And then my response was not the best. I really didn't know what to play here, but let's see, we back up. No, it's right here. Yeah, the AI was suggesting the honey. Here was the best response. And then it thinks that black should respond once, and that white can play away, and it thinks the best place to play away is to push down on this side, continue on this side. So apparently this situation is stable with the hane here, preventing him from getting a big corner and preventing these two stones from linking up. So that's the AI's move there was a lot more effective than the move that I played, which is just connecting my stones, but still leaves him the possibility of connecting up here. Anyway, let's see. Continuing in the lower right, yeah, it didn't really like the drop down. It would just leave this here as black and then come back and play in the lower right. Oh, I think I was referring to my move. Yeah. So in this point, I had a choice of playing, of responding to this Joseki or continuing this Joseki in the lower right. And the continuing in the unbalanced corner was once again the right answer. Here I got it wrong, and I kicked over here, but I was trying to do something on this side. And then one more move here. Oh yeah, after the drop down, it says I should just ignore this and not bother to respond at all, but just go back to this side and play here. So I guess that drop down was not much of a threat. I still have the idea of playing on top over here. Anyway, let's see. I played there, so let's continue. What was the next point I looked at? Here. Oh yeah, it was interesting. The AI liked jumping out here when he. So I did finally press on this corner. This Joseki went okay for me. I played it all right, but then rather than the hane here is the move I played, the AI likes the diagonal move. Okay, but in the game I went here. So I think we're getting through this part here. Let's see. One more move. Oh yeah, it thought I should jump here. 1, 2, 3, and then jump. That's an old proverb. And it seems like that's the case. It agreed that when he pushed, I should just keep crawling. In general, it thinks that's a good response here because I'm building pretty big influence in this area, and he's only getting 1 point here for every stone that he plays. So there may be some point to crawling if it ensures the life of the corner, but you don't want to overdo it. Let's see. I kept just continuing one space at a time. Still good, a reasonable move for me. And then here, instead of dropping down there like the it's kind of a far move. I don't think I would ever think of this move. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 4-space jump from that stone, but it's also an extension from these stones. So maybe it's just good placement. Another stone here would start to link these up. Another stone over here would start to link these up. So it's looking in both directions. It's not connected to anything right now, but it has potential to connect in both ways. So interesting move. Anyway, next interesting point was around here. Yeah, he played another move inside, and I just played this move to guarantee that I capture that. And I thought I was feeling pretty good about that. But the AI says, no, here's an opportunity to play this move, which is a move I'd been thinking about a lot. This seems to be a good move. And then the sequence from there would go like this, and just leave this fight in the corner for later. If black plays another move in here, he can probably live, but I'll be strong on the outside. And if I play another move in here, I can probably kill it. But it's too small to fight over at this stage, and we should both be playing elsewhere. So the AI line went like this. So he plays over here, pincering these stones. I jump out, hane, extend, connect, and then I play away over here. So this is a good move. If I could get this in with this outside wall and a big extension, that's probably worth giving up the corner for even. Anyway, I fought in the corner, and I think, yeah, so now I'm going to skip ahead to just a few turning points left in the game. I just thought it was interesting to walk through that opening, and I was sort of getting back into the game gradually, and he was making slow moves, like that slow move there, the evaluation jumped by a lot. I was almost, if I had played the right sequence there, I'd be almost up to 50% there. But anyway, I didn't, and I'm back down to 8% or something. Anyway, let's continue on. So here was an interesting point where I played this block, but there's a stronger move. He had just, I thought he was trying to break out here, and I was trying to keep him confined. The AI thinks that this turn here is a stronger move. Just keep him confined to the corner here, prevent these sides from linking up. And I did eventually get this move in, but the AI would have played it much sooner and likes that move. Okay, let's continue. So here's a couple of points in this fight here. He had just played the stone and I responded to it. Just wanted to make sure that cut was not a problem. But actually, the AI would play here. Just ignore it. And then it thinks that black should play here. So this was making sure I still have the ladder, and this is kind of a ladder breaker, and then playing here. So kind of funny stuff. But I guess the idea is that if black cuts at this square, I put a marker there. If black cuts at this square, then these two groups can separately live. These three stones can make a life out on the side by linking up with this stone. These four stones can turn here and maybe come out to the center or come out to the side. So maybe I shouldn't worry so much about them being split. And if that's the case, then this is kind of a wasted move here. And so it gives away some of my advantage. And yeah, similar thing here. This was also a move that was played to prevent him from splitting. And the AI would prefer to just jump out here, link these stones up, let him split, and make a life with these guys on this side. So interesting. I don't know if I'd play that way, but it's interesting that the AI is not worried about the split in that case. Okay, let's go forward to another turning point. So around here, around here is where I have an advantage, and I start to give it back. Yeah, I played the connection here. I was just trying to play solid. I thought I was doing pretty good along here. The AI likes to play up like this. So making this area bigger and not worrying about the cut here. Actually, I have the counter Atari, so maybe the cut is not even a problem at this point. And then one or two moves later, right here, he goes there, and I just responded. But in a similar vein, the AI would extend here. Now let's back up, back up, back up. Yeah, he played here. Instead of extending here, the AI would extend here. So making this bigger. I guess there's still a cut here. Maybe there's a turn here. Anyway, I like that more. Continue. And then here. This is where I'm at 50% still after some back and forth. So I guess it's probably a very close game right here. And I play a slow move here with this cut. In fact, this cut didn't work at all. I actually miscalculated this. I thought I had fixed the problem here, but this descent is still sente. So I hadn't really fixed the problem. I had to waste a move, and then he gets to take these stones. Not waste a move. I had to spend a move to make sure I was alive in the corner to take off those stones, but he gets to capture my two stones. So that was just a miscalculation. I'd already played one move to enable this cut, but I needed to play more than one move to do that. So probably was not worth doing that setup at all. And anyway, instead of going ahead with the cut, which was a mistake, it wants me to peep out here. And, I have potential to build this area, and it's still an even game. But after that mistake and the fighting in here, this is where black gets back in the lead, and he's winning up until the next turning point right here. And I finally got the turn in, and he responded on this side. He kind of ignored it. He peeped over here. Let's see, how did this go? Oh, no, I'm sorry. He responded. I'm saying this all wrong. He responded here. That was correct for him. And, that was his mistake. And it was correct for him to peep in here. And the point is, say I respond, he gets another move in here. And then all this area, I start to fight for it. But all this area had turned into my territory. And now with these big moves, he's threatening actually to turn all this into his territory. and maybe in the fight it turns into nothing. But that was a big source of points for me, and he's threatening to take all this away. So this is still good for black. So the time when it finally turned in my favor was right here. Let's see, he played the Hane, I responded, he connected, and then I got to play this big move. And now he can't really play inside this area anymore. And well, he could have maybe played one more move, but after this one and this little fight over here, it's all in my favor, and it stays that way at the end of the game. So like I said, I just have about a 16-point lead here. And he did try to cause some trouble by throwing some stones in here, but I managed to survive all of that in this game. I guess like we can go forward to the end. That's how the game looked at the end. Anyway, interesting game. Hope you guys enjoyed this game and the commentary at the end. I'll see you next time. Bye now.